Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA my classmate saved goldfish by releasing them into the ocean. I called her a dumbass. AITA for leaving itemized tips to compensate for my wife's behavior. AITA for making my daughter cry at a restaurant. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA my classmate saved goldfish by releasing them into the ocean. I called her a dumbass. My classmate recently made a TikTok and she showed a group of people at lunchtime it. They were next to our table, so I overheard the girl say, "Hey, look at my TikTok I made, come check it out," and in it she explains how she rescued goldfish from the pet store and released them into the ocean so they can live free. I was horrified upon hearing this. I love fish and have several aquariums, so I'm fairly knowledgeable on them. I walk over and I ask her to show me the video and I facepalmed. She asked me why and I said, "You realize you're actually a dumbass, right? This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen." Her friend says, "Well, that's just rude." "Why would you say that?" "Because she cares." To which I had to explain that goldfish are freshwater fish. They can't survive the ocean because it's saltwater, so all of those goldfish were dead in minutes. They basically choked to death as salt filled up their gills. Lastly, you never release animals into the wild. There are goldfish that are destroying our rivers and lakes because of dumbass like her. They say that I'm a bully and walk away. I later get called into the principal's office, who told me I was expected to apologize, and I said no, I stand by what I said. I hate ignorant people who destroy the environment. My parents were called over and I got sent home, and my parents are pissed I refused to apologize. I might get suspended. NTA. You're 100% right on both counts. That would have been a pretty awful death for the goldfish, and yeah, releasing captive bred animals into the wild usually either results in that animal dying or local flora and fauna suddenly having to compete with an invasive species. She meant well, but that stark reality check on your part was definitely warranted. I don't even think she meant well, just wanted people to think she meant well. Most likely did it for TikTok, not the fish. NTA, and good on you for standing your ground. OP, don't apologize. NTA, but a different approach might be more effective. Ask questions. Did you know that goldfish are freshwater fish? Do you understand what happens to freshwater fish when they are released into saltwater? Lead her to her own dumbassery. Yes, people who are ignorant need to warm up their brain by getting questions. You need to actively pull them in the conversation to get some legit response. If someone just piles up information upon information, they'll just get defensive and close up. NTA. ESH, to quote the dude. You're not wrong, you're just an asshole. Your classmate is a well-meaning idiot. You seem more interested in being superior than in getting her to stop causing damage. I stand by what I said. You need to learn how to say important things calmly and without insults. People are more likely to listen to you, and less likely to accuse you of being a bully. Factually, you are 100% correct, and your classmates did nothing to help those animals. On the other hand, the way you told them that pretty much guaranteed that they wouldn't listen to what you said or have any chance of being convinced. Your heart may be in the right place, but your mouth is so very much in the wrong place. AITA for leaving itemized tips to compensate for my wife's behavior. My wife and I, in our 30s, dine out every once in a while, but not too often because of my wife's annoying habit, inherited from her family. She always complains, sends food back if it's not absolutely perfect, and makes needless requests/substitutions. She doesn't have allergies or sensitivities. It can easily take 5 minutes for her just to order her own food, and sometimes I've already finished my meal by time she gets her food because she sends it back, asks for modifications, etc. I know restaurant staff don't appreciate it. I've tried talking to her about this, but she doesn't see an issue with it. Anyway, we make decent money and we use our combined fun funds on dates/dinners. I recently started writing what my wife does on the receipt and then calculating a tip, in addition to the normal gratuity, to compensate. So, to a receipt I might add. Complained about not having ____ beverage, plus $5. Asked 5 questions about a single menu item, plus $5. Asked for new drink because too much ice, plus $5. Sent meal back, was exactly what she ordered, plus $5. She didn't notice me doing it the first 2 or 3 times, but last night she noticed I was spending a lot of time on writing a tip amount and asked why. I showed her what I wrote. She's been mad at me since, saying I'm embarrassing her to the staff. I told her she's embarrassing us both. AITA? Petty, maybe, but an AH? AITA, my wife is otherwise a very nice, caring and generous person. She does always say please and thank you even for her most absurd requests. Annoying each other like this is our love language, but this time she's pretty mad. Oops. Update, alrighty friends, we've had our laughs and shared our perspectives. Since my wife frequents this subreddit, I went ahead and showed her this post. With that said, I'd like to address a few things. First, she and I both know that any posts on this sub are peepholes into people's lives and characters, not display cases. Yes, my wife's behavior when dining out is bad, which is why I tried to think of a way to point it out and make up for it. That said, she's not a bad person. Learn to separate the two and you'll get far in life. Secondly, when I say she was, lol, is mad at me, I don't mean that she is deeply hurt and distraught. She's calling me an asshole, yes, but that's normal for us. If this was something that was actually hurtful to her, I wouldn't be sharing it online. Anyway, she would like for you all to know that she is taking your responses to heart and she is going to be more mindful of how she dines. She would like to add that she didn't think it was a big deal before because, as she puts it, she doesn't think twice about meeting expectations in her line of work, even if they are above and beyond the norm. She's just happy to meet demand, but she recognizes that not everyone feels that way. She's going to try to be a better customer. She said reading this was brutally eye-opening, but we both also found some laughter and had a good discussion. NTA. This is great. Maybe seeing it written down will give her some perspective. These types of patrons are the worst, and it's such second-degree embarrassment when they are at your table. I wonder how much spit this lady has ingested over the years. I never send food back, if I do I say I don't want anything else. NTA. I find it hilarious. I bet the servers also enjoy the little fun and the extra money. NTA. Challenge her to going out to dinner once without a single complaint. I wouldn't go out with her again if she acts like that. You're a gem. NTA. I was going to carry a spray bottle to spritz her each time moving forward. Your idea might be better though. I'll consider it. NTA. I'm a former server who worked at multiple restaurants. I would have hated your wife, no matter how polite. I have other tables and she sounds like a time drain who's impossible to please. Your embarrassment isn't an overreaction, the servers are definitely judging and gossiping about it. I appreciate your itemized receipts. They would have made me laugh and been shown to work buddies. Too much ice? Really? Get out. White TA, your money does not make up for your wife's behavior. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. Your wife treats them like shit and you throw money at them. All you are really doing is enabling her to continue this behavior. If you really cared, you would stop going to sit-down restaurants. Order takeout and eat at home or the park so she has nobody to harass. AITA for making my daughter cry at a restaurant? My F45 daughter, 12, decided 2 weeks ago she wants to be a vegetarian. I was fine with that. I would support and encourage her if that's what she wanted. The past 2 weeks she has been looking down on the rest of the family with snooty comments like, you know that will just sit in your colon, right? And it doesn't make you the murderer, but it def makes you the accomplice. Her brother, 7, is getting sick of it, and so am I. Especially when I just get home from work and I just want to relax and enjoy my meal. 3 days ago was my son's birthday and we decided to take him out to his favorite restaurant. This place had vegetarian options, so I was not worried about my daughter being upset about that. I asked her if she wanted to go and she excitedly said yes. We get there and when the waiter takes out order, my daughter decided she wanted a mushroom burger. I said, "Whoa, I thought you wanted to go vegetarian?" She says I'm taking a break since it's a special occasion. I told the waiter to cancel that order and give us a few minutes. I looked at her and said, "Look here, Missy, you have been nothing but a jerk these last few days with your passive-aggressive comments since going vegan, vegetarian, whatever. You either commit to it now or you get nothing at all." She doesn't even look at me, she just flops her head on the table and starts crying the moment I start talking. My husband does nothing but says way to go. She doesn't move her head the entire dinner even when I ask if we need to talk outside? Go to the bathroom to collect herself? Nothing. We get home and she just goes to her room. My husband thinks I'm the AH because I had to ruin a night out. AITA? Second edit, when I said mushroom burger, I mean a hamburger with sautéed mushrooms on top with melted cheese. It's definitely not a portobello patty. Edit for clarification, so my husband and I told her to knock it off with the comments before this happened. At first, it was random cons about eating meat. I told her I'm aware, but this is my choice. Then came the rude remarks like, so you're just gonna take 2 years off your lifespan like that? When I chose to reheat meatloaf for dinner instead of a pizza. At that point, I told her that she does not get make rude remarks about people's lifestyle choices like that, and if she says something rude like that again, I'm taking away her phone. Of course she cried and ran to her room. She stopped saying things to me and her dad, but then she would start picking on her brother when we were out of earshot and would deny it when he would tell us. Apparently she is telling her brother that he's a loser for eating meat, hot dogs, and so are his friends. After doing this twice I took her phone away and told her to apologize to her brother, and if she wants to educate people on vegetarianism, that's fine, but she needs to stop being a bully about it. Again, she breaks down and just runs to her room. I'm not even yelling at her, this is how she tries to deflect accountability. I tried to talk to her an hour later about it, but she flailed onto her bed and started bawling. I told her she needed to calm down and have a conversation with me about what's going on. She just screamed no, so I left before I lost my cool. At this point, I am really considering therapy for us. Esh. Your daughter was being rude, but you are focusing on the wrong issue. The issue is not that she is going back and forth about her dietary choices, the issue is that she is actively being rude to her brother and you. Why didn't you address her comments the first time she said something and give her an appropriate consequence then? Exactly. OP needs to tell her they will respect her dietary choices, but she needs to respect everyone else's. Any snide comments about murder or meat sitting in a colon should immediately be stopped. If she can't help herself, she loses phone privileges or something else. YTA. Demanding an instant commitment is ridiculous. Even adults have to explore their options in various ways as they consider committing to a lifestyle change. She's 12. Starving her to punish her being rude isn't productive, but it could lead to an eating disorder. You should have given her appropriate consequences as soon as she started criticizing others. But punish her rudeness, don't punish her for still being in the exploring phase. As she's 12, you need to shut that shit down the first time she starts in. She get educated about consuming meat. It'll just sit in your colon. WTF does that even mean? She can be a vegetarian, she can lean vegetarian. She can't be a rude, obnoxious brat about it. NTA. She's calling the whole family murderers, telling the whole family that they're killing themselves for eating meat, but the second she decides that SHE can be a murderer and SHE can kill herself with meat, no one is allowed to say anything? Nope. You didn't starve her, she's been eating this whole time. And, if you ask her, she's eating better than her whole family. But then she gets called out for her terrible attitude and is told to keep eating the same things she's been eating this whole time, and she cries. She's not crying because she's starving and just wanted a burger. She's crying because she was told to walk the walk if she's going to talk the talk. I don't think it was harsh, and OP needs to sit the daughter down and teach about activism that actually helps the whole world, not just helps the one person feel important. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.